So, wow, KOF 15 is really about to come out in a few days. So, you picked Blue Mary. Oh man, I was so happy when they said Blue Mary is gonna be in the second beta. And trust me, believe, I spent hours and hours in the lab making sure I knew every nook and cranny about her. So before we talk about 15, let's talk about the differences from her from 14. And the first thing, they got rid of her anti-air and kick counter, which honestly, nobody used in the first place because in both games she has real counter. And real counter does both their jobs in the first place and does more damage after the command grab from it. So yeah, it won't be missed. But one thing that's definitely been nerfed was her flip kick. In 14, the light version was an overhead, as where the heavy version you can block while crouching. In 15, both can be blocked while crouching, even the EX version. So now you can't really do a mix-up in the middle of the combo from either mixing up with slide kick or the flip kick. But she does have her jumping grab, so you can still use that as a character keeps crouching a lot. But other than that, she is basically the same character, just those two differences. Blue Mary is usually called a grapple character, but honestly, most of the time she don't have a grapple. She got one in this game, and it's the leaping grapple. But other than that, all her moves, she has to do something first for it to go into a grapple, which means you gotta confirm the hit. So even if they're blocking, they're gonna block the first attack, so you can't do the grapple. So I never really considered her a grapple character, but she's always been labeled as one. She's definitely a rushdown character. And one of the great things about Blue Mary, it doesn't really matter where you put her. She's really good without meter. She's also good with meter. She can play both sides of the field, so you can put her first, second, or third. She is a good placement for anywhere. But I like seeing her combos, so I usually put her last or second so I can at least see some of them good EX combos. So the one thing about Blue Mary is her follow-ups. Almost all her moves have follow-ups. Her slide kick goes into a leg lock, her flip kick goes into an arm bar, real counter goes into a German suplex, and her DP goes into a leg lock. So yeah, most of the time it's just to put the input in again, except slide is just down for a kick after that. So just be sure to just do the input again, just in case they're in a block string and you don't know if they're not going to block or not. So just do it again to be sure, because it doesn't hurt to do it again while the motion is still happening. Also, now that I remember it, for some reason her light variant of her slide kick goes into her DP kick instead of going into the leg lock. Not that big of a difference, but just watch out for that when you try to do the light version. I never really do the light version. There's no point of doing that when the heavy version comes out just as fast. So in a combo, you will still hit them with the heavy version. But hey, to each their own if you want to mix up the combo a bit. And speaking of combos, man, she got some really good combos. Her EX slide goes into her electric punch, which allows you to go into another attack. You can either do the EX flip kick, which will do a ground bounce, which allows you to extend the combo even longer, or go into a DP after both variants of those to end the combo. Or super if you have the meter for it. She has some really great mixing tools. If your opponent is blocking a lot, if you come in with a jumping kick, you can, once you land, go right into her leaping grapple. If they're blocking, they're gonna get grabbed. And also another thing I like to do is to do a roll into her super grapple. It catches a lot of people off guard. And you know, I did this in the last So You Pick Up Blue Mary. We gotta talk about it again. Real counter is the most busted move of all time. It ignores everything still, except grabs. They do a super, I don't care. They do an EX move, I don't care. Projectile, I don't care. As long as you perfectly time real counter, it ignores everything and then she goes into German suplex. It is ridiculous. And now that we got EX versions, we can do a triple German suplex. Hey! One of my favorite wrestling moves of all time, and I get to see it on a constant basis. You know, in 14, there was no point of popping max mode unless you was doing a level 3 combo. Blue Mary is such a great character. She has so many tools to destroy the opponent. She got some of the best combos in the game. She has the max power of juggle with her EX moves. And she has one of the best counters in the game. You know, technically it's more of a dodge into a grab, but it's called real counter. But we're not about to get into details about that. It's still one of the greatest moves in the game because it ignores everything. Instead of most counters where are specifically high or low or anti-air attack, this ignores all. All in all, if Blue Mary got full meter, you about to see black and blue when she's done with all these grapples on you. Hey, it's Slick Tactics, and special thanks to Ignit Rizzy and Insavian. This channel is on its way to somewhere great thanks to this community's generosity. If you'd like to support what I do and make this channel even better, check out my Patreon. I have lots of goals and rewards in store, so stay tuned.